and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome back to the channel, guys. And you know what? It is already time to start building up to the monster clash that is Barcelona against Real Madrid this weekend in El Clasico. And in today's video, we are going to be discussing some of the big selection dilemmas Ronald Koeman will have going into this game, especially at the heart of our defence with Ronald Araujo and Gerard Pique discussed in detail. And we are also going to be discussing the big question of whether Barcelona are still favourites coming into this game against Real Madrid, even despite Real's quality display against Liverpool last night. It is all coming up. This is a big one, so let's get to it. And if we do indeed start with the centre of our defence, Ronald Koeman has to make the right decisions in terms of the way that we line up in Madrid on Saturday. And I did have many questions there coming my way on Gerard Pique. A lot of people saying, you know what, should he play? Is he going to be ready? And if he is, should he come straight back into the lineup? And of course, when you're talking there about Gerard Pique, somebody who hasn't played any football at all for just over 1 month now. He suffered his latest knee injury during our extra time victory over Sevilla in the Copa del Rey semi-final, when of course Gerard Pique was the man that helped us get to the final with a brilliant injury time header. And over the course of the international break, Pique has been working really hard. He's even been coming in, just like today actually, on his days off to try and make sure that he's going to be ready for El Clasico and also for the Copa del Rey final. And it did look as though he was going to be back for those games. However, as always, when it comes to injuries at Barcelona, that recovery didn't exactly go to plan, because in the build-up to the game against Valladolid, Gerard Pique reportedly started to experience some pain in his knee, wasn't quite progressing as he'd hoped, and he informed there the medical staff and Ronald Koeman about that pain, hence why Pique was not involved on Monday night. And as we sit here today, just days before El Clasico is indeed about to kick off, it doesn't seem as though right now Pique is going to be able to be back in time for that game. Right now, he's not completely ruled out, but it would take a miracle for him to be ready. And some suggestions even in the Catalan media say that if he was to play, it would have to be because of a pain-killing injection. And for me, even as much as Pique is a leader, he can be a vital part of the team, but I wouldn't be taking that risk. Coming into this game, we need there a solid back line. We need people who are 100% ready to play. They need to be on it from that first second. And I just don't feel as though rushing Pique back, giving him injections, all of this kind of stuff, that's not the kind of preparation you need coming into a game like this. And especially when you think of how things went in that first leg against PSG. Again, then Pique was rushed back. He ended up coming off in that game. It didn't go well for us. And for that reason, Pique for me would not start. And I think also one of the major reasons there why I wouldn't be taking the risk this time on Pique is because actually this time around we do have more alternatives. We do have more players available. You've got Mingueza, you've got Longley, who has been playing better recently, but most importantly, Ronald Araujo now, he is going to be fit, because many people are saying even though Araujo has not started over the past few games, is he going to be ready here to start in El Clasico? And honestly, I think yes. He's somebody, of course, who suffered an injury-hit season, and when he hasn't been in the team, believe me, we have badly missed him, because when he's fully fit, we all know what this guy is capable of there, and indeed the question would be, is he ready to start in this Clasico? He hasn't started a Barca game in 2 months. That is a long time. He has, though, come on in our past 3 games, and I think it's very interesting the way that he was brought on against Valladolid, because in the final 30 minutes of that game, he did indeed come on for Mingueza. And indeed, Ronald Koeman said, it was because Mingueza received the yellow card, and also there, I wanted to give Araujo a few minutes under his belt. But I just feel like there, subbing Araujo on for the final half an hour, the score was at 0-0. It wasn't like we were cruising. It wasn't like there Koeman was just giving out opportunities. That was a statement sub. I believe there Koeman was getting Araujo primed and ready to face Real Madrid. And I just think there, with all of that pace, all of that power, the authority he gives us at the back, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him start against Real Madrid. But of course, guys, given the fact that Real Madrid last night against Liverpool in the Champions League, we did discuss it after the game there over on MORETALKFCB, there's no denying they played very, very well. They got a big win for them, and it would definitely give them confidence heading into this weekend's game. And as a result of that, I was kind of expecting to receive many, many questions about whether or not we are still favourites. Because, of course, technically, in the league, we are ahead of Real Madrid. We have been in better form over the past few sort of 5, 6, 7 games. Based on that game yesterday from Real, and based on our display against Valladolid, are we still favourites coming into this game? And should we be concerned by the events over the past few days? And the first thing that I would say is that yes, we can certainly praise Real Madrid, and we should indeed be aware of what they can do. That game against Liverpool last night showed us that they do have quality, that they can certainly win these big games, and that should make us all sit up and take some serious notice. But what I would also say is, how bad were Liverpool? Liverpool on that day, defensively, they were absolutely all over the place. And believe us, we know what defensive mistakes are like. We know what falling apart defensively looks like, but they were really, really bad on the night. So you do wonder there how much that played into Real Madrid's hands. But at the end of the day, for me, it's fine. If Real Madrid want to be favourites coming into this game, just let them be. If people want to say that Real Madrid are the team to beat in this game, then just put some more pressure on them. Let them have even more pressure than they already had, because they're coming into this game here in third place. It's a must-win game for them. We could maybe draw this game and beat Atletico and still have things going in our favour. But what I would say here, when people are saying, well, look at the way that Barcelona played against Valladolid, I don't think you can use that there as a judge to how we're going to play on Saturday. Yes, we know that against Valladolid we didn't play well. There's absolutely no denying that whatsoever. I've said it many, many times. We needed to do more, and we will need to do more against Real Madrid, but we're going to approach the game differently. You can't tell me there that those players who played against Valladolid, they knew they were playing against a team who were missing 10 players. I think probably they thought it was going to be a lot easier than it actually was. But on Saturday, they're not going to be feeling that at all. They will know, especially after watching last night, that they need to be on it to get the result. And let's not forget either, against Valladolid, when yes, we weren't so good, you had players like De Jong, you had players like Messi, who even after the game, De Jong admitted they were playing within themselves. They were playing there worried about receiving a yellow card, which would have suspended them for the Clasico. None of that will be in effect on Saturday. We are going to come into that game, we're going to be ready, we're going to be motivated, we're going to see much more intensity. And for me, all that Real Madrid result and that performance against Liverpool is going to do, it's going to motivate us. It is going to focus us 100% for the job that we have to do. And just finally, guys, since we are talking about this crucial clash on the weekend, and of course there is plenty of focus here on both sides coming into the game, but there is going to be one more influential figure who will probably try and have his influence on the game, because indeed, the referee for this Saturday's Clasico, I am sad to inform you that it's Mattia Lahoz. And honestly, guys, that does not fill me with any sort of confidence. I am genuinely more concerned about him than I am about facing Real Madrid. He is certainly a much more dangerous prospect in my mind. But what we have to do is just focus on ourselves. Forget about Real, forget about the referee, focus on the job that we have to do, play at the level that we know we can. And of course, guys, in these days to come, we are going to be building up there with all the key battles, all the head-to-head contests, and the tactics coming into this game. There is a lot to build up to, and there is a lot to be excited about. This is a must-win game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, on Pique, on Araujo, and who exactly is the favourite coming into this match. I will see you tomorrow for all of that build-up to come. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.